Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing and doing a little first impression on the new L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealers. So when this first came out and I heard about this, I was like, oh my goodness. No, they did not just make a concealer and make the line expand a little bit more, because if you guys have been watching me, then you guys would know my favorite foundation from the drugstore that has been ever since it came out is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. So I had to pick up a few, and as soon as I saw it in the store, I grabbed the shade that I thought would be mine, and they only had one shade available that would be suitable for me. So I picked that one up, and I saw it at Walgreens, and I was like, let me pick up an extra shade just in case, because who knows if that one's gonna match me, might be too light. I was self-tan at the time, so I was like, let me just get an extra one. I believe they're just hitting stores right now. They've been online and on Amazon for a little bit, I want to say like a month or so I might be a little bit late in doing this, but I was super excited when I saw it, so I figured I would do it for you guys. And I did ask you guys on Snapchat if you guys wanted to see it, and majority of you guys said yes, so here I am gonna show you guys. Packaging looks pretty sleek and reminds me of a bunch of other concealers. Pretty much looks just like the foundation bottle, which is this one, and it's like that blue theme, which I really like. Looks pretty nice, simple, and has that pop of color, which is pretty. So if you guys are interested on seeing me apply this concealer, then let's go ahead and hop right on in. Alrighty, so to get started, I do have two different shades that I picked up in this concealer, and as you can tell, I did not finish doing my makeup yet. I still am looking a little crazy. I did just do my foundation, and I kind of left it up to around this area, and I didn't go to full coverage because I wanted to see how much this can build up around the eyes without looking too crazy. So I did just do my foundation as normal, did my brows and my eyes except for like mascara on the lower lash line, things like that, so it wouldn't get in the way. So the two shades that I picked up is 01 and 02. 01 being classic ivory, and then 02 being creamy natural. I did not know which shade was going to be for me, so I was like, let's just get two and roll with it, see which one works. And when I'm self-tanned, of course, I am a little bit darker, but like to keep the under eyes still a little bit bright. So I just wanted to get two shades to be safe, and my self-tan's fading right now. I'm gonna see which one fits me and suits me good. So I'm really, really excited to try these out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some swatches of them right now. So this one is 01 Classic Ivory. Ooh. It is a little bit light, but like I said, I do like to keep my under eyes kind of bright. If I have to mix the two, then I will. And then the one right next to it is going to be 02. As you can see, this one is more yellowy toned, and this one is more neutral on like the cooler toned, if that makes sense. So these do retail for about $9. Each drugstore is a little bit different. I saw Amazon pricing was around like $9 something, and then in Walgreens it was around $9, and then the other one that I picked up from Harmon's is around $8. So that is the around about area. And like I said, I think that this one is gonna fit me better. So we're gonna try 02 first. Use my itty bitty beauty blender to go ahead and blend it out. So just by the name of it, the Pro Glow Concealer, I believe it's gonna give you more of that glow under the eye, more natural and radiant type of eye look. But I will read to you guys what L'Oreal says it claims to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by placing it underneath my eye in like a little bit of a V motion, and let's get to it. So that looks like it's a good shade. The other one looks super light. I feel like if I were to mix it, it would get a pretty color, but definitely think this one would be better for me. So I'm gonna really get underneath there and go ahead and blend this out. The actual applicator on this as well is very flexible and bends along with where you're pressing it, which I think is really helpful. You can really get in the areas you want to. When it's super hard and dense, I feel like that's like not the best because you can't really get in those areas. So I'm just gonna go ahead and push this in a stippling packing motion. So this is just one little layer of that concealer. I do see the brightness of it, but also I kind of still see my dark circle right there coming through. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I feel like if I went in and add the first shade, the 01 Ivory, I think that might be too light and like too stark of a color. So I'm just gonna go back in and add a tiny bit more right in that area, like so. That is one eye, and I do like the way that it's brightening it up and giving it more of a lively look. As you can see, this is one with nothing underneath, and this is the one with the concealer. Okay, so to me right now, that looks fine. I like it, so I'm gonna go in and do the other side with that same exact color, 02, and I'm gonna go ahead and place it underneath the eye as well. And as you can see, like I was talking about the applicator, it does bend and super easy to go ahead and push down. So while I'm already doing that, I'm going to put a little bit down the bridge of my nose by my forehead and a little bit on my chin and Cupid's bow, normally where I would usually put concealer. Have not done that step today, so I left it for now. Tiny, tiny bit. I also have not done any contouring today, bronzer, powder, nothing. Literally just put on my foundation. So I am gonna go ahead and set it down today as well. We can see what it looks like with powder as well. Okay, so that is the concealer all blended out. I feel like it's super lightweight and I really don't feel like anything's there. I don't even see any creasing underneath the direct portion of my eye, which is great. That means it's not super thick. The formula of it actually does remind me a lot of the actual foundation, if that makes any sense. It's pretty thin, but isn't too thin where it's not covering anything. I definitely think there is some coverage. It has a pretty little glow underneath the eye, but nothing crazy. There's no shimmer or sparkles or anything like that. It's just natural glow. And I feel like that's super pretty because it looks like you're really hydrated. It looks like you drank a lot of water, which is nice. And like I said, I haven't even set anything down yet. And as you can see, if you can see, it's not really creasing underneath the eyes, which is nice. And it just doesn't really look like a ton of makeup. These are the swatches on my hand, and as I blend it out, as you can see, it's super, super easy to blend out. It doesn't have like streaks or anything like that. As when I was blending it out with the Beauty Blender, I found it was super easy and blendable. So I'm gonna move on and go ahead and set the under eyes with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. So pretty much with this concealer, it has around 8 to 9 shades from what I'm seeing online right now, and pretty much is like a conceal, correct, highlight, and define product. So what that means is you can put it underneath your brow bone to give a little bit of an extra highlight and more of like an highlighted look without the shimmer, just like a lighter shade, if that makes sense. As well as doing the under eyes, you can give a brighter, more awake look, but also conceal as well. So with that being said, it's supposed to have a glowing coverage up to 16 hours, and also it is supposed to help sculpt, highlight features while you correct and conceal imperfections. So if you really wanted to, you can, I'm assuming, use the darkest shade and go ahead and sculpt out the face, or put this lightest shade underneath your contour and sculpt it that way as well. So it doesn't just have to be for the under eyes. It does say that it's a lightweight, ultra blendable formula and allows you to customize your glow with luminous, buildable coverage. So I definitely believe in that. That is so true. It definitely can be worn very light, make you look like you just have radiant, healthy skin, or you can build on top of it and try to get a little bit more coverage out of it, or just more of a dewy, natural glow under the eyes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. I did my makeup and I'm really pleased with the way that it looks, and I'm really shocked at how amazing it feels and looks. And for $9 to $10, I definitely think that you can't beat it. Do you think for the price for drugstore it is good? You do get more of a glowy look underneath the eyes. Now for me, I did notice that before I set it, but after setting it, I don't really see too much of a glow or too much of a shine happening because I used a translucent powder to set it down. Now if I didn't use the powder, who knows? I probably should have done that on one side just to see, but when you don't set any makeup, I feel like no matter what product it is, it will slide throughout the day. So I didn't really think that was like a smart move, but I don't see it looking like dehydrated. Also, by looking at the swatches that I did make on my arm, I don't think they oxidized any more than when I swatched them, so that's always a good thing. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see a little bit better of the under eye. And if you were to use the L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation and mix with this, then I think you would get a pretty flawless looking face, but still natural, which is beautiful. I will try to do a check-in. If not, then definitely check down below. Hey guys, so it is a little bit later now, and I just want to check in with you guys for the concealer. I'm looking at it right now, and I can't believe how good it's holding up. I'm not even kidding. Like, I have naturally a little bit of a wrinkle underneath, just like everybody else pretty much does, but I feel like it just clung on to a little piece of that, but that's normal for me, and it's not even like as intensified as I feel like it should have been or like would have been. Absolutely love the finish of it and the way that it still is looking on my skin. It literally looks like it's just healthy under eye, like no bags, no nothing. So I really like that, and sorry, like my lips look crusty right now. But I really, really love this concealer. I'm gonna go back and get a self-tan shade, and I really love it. I feel like I can easily get away with that just to conceal the dark circles just a little bit with like no foundation for like an everyday natural look. If I'm running to the store or going to the beach and I don't want my under eyes or whatever the case may be, if I just want to have it on my bare skin, I feel like it'll look even better too, because it's going to look that much more healthier. I don't want to keep using the term glow, because when I think of glow, I think of this type of glow. That's not what I see. I see it just being like healthy skin, and it definitely did a great job of covering up exactly what I needed to. It doesn't do full coverage like we talked about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe found it a little helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you guys are not already. I love you guys so much, and I think that is all. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Mwah.